Don't Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the NBA. So y'all check this out. Now, your boy Dwyane Wade, the legend, the first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. We all know he went to Cleveland, but the new news is he says he wants to come from the bench, and I'm not surprised at all by this. I think it's a good decision, whether he wanted to or whether the coach wanted him to or not. It's a good decision. Now, rumor has it that J.R. Smith was doing a lot of pouting. He was upset about the fact that he was going to come from the bench this year. Well, I mean, he has a gripe, but when a Hall of Famer comes in front of you, it is what it is, because he's not a Hall of Famer, and he used to come off the bench anyway, right? But he was still upset about it. Like I told you guys before, NBA players, they got them egos, and it is what it is, right? But Dwyane Wade, after his first few games, a couple of games, he didn't do well. I think his average like 6 points. Didn't do well, trying to find his way, and saw that this was going to come anyway. Sooner or later, somebody was going to be screaming loud for him to go to the bench. That's what I think. And I think he just said, hey, like I've heard some of the people talking about saying he pulled the plug on it. Good idea. I think it should have been that way in the first place when you're looking at it. But for those who are wondering about the bench or whatever, let's just look at Cleveland's bench and just see, it's like if this is a downgrade. I'm pretty sure in training and practice, it's going down. Because if you want to call this a bench, Derrick Rose at the 1, Dwyane Wade at the 2, one of the best shooters of all time, Kyle Korver at the 3, Jeff Green, a very formidable guy, especially at the 4 position, at 6'10", that can handle the ball and stretch the floor at the 4 position. And Tristan Thompson, who was the starter last year anyway, don't got too much of an offensive game, but finish and play hard-nosed defense on the 5. In the East, that's a starting team. So it's not a big thing. And then, but if you wanted to say, hey, well, maybe we could put Kyle Korver, we could switch him with Shumpert. I wouldn't, because you need a shooter in there if you got Derrick Rose and Dwyane Wade, then Kyle Korver. If not, take one of them other ones out and put Shumpert in. But this is the point. Cleveland's team is that good. That's why it's NBA title or bust. There's enough weapons there. There's enough good players there for them to be challenged for the title. That's why I'm hating on them. That's just way too much talent for the East, and you should be winning anyway. Right? Should be winning anyway. Told a friend of mine the other day about this Dwyane Wade trade because he didn't know, doesn't keep his ear to the ground. Dwyane Wade's there too? Yeah, he's there too. Now he's a 35-year-old Dwyane Wade, but y'all better be careful when it comes crunch time. All this stuff that's happening in this regular season, whatever, them boys are preparing for the playoffs. And they're going to be armed, very armed, right? All these teams, sometimes we get, these super duper stars that we want to call the GOAT, like LeBron James. He has good teams. What he was doing before he went to Miami, taking that team from Cleveland to the finals, that is awesome, okay? That is awesome. Winning it in Miami with Dwyane Wade, a prime Dwyane Wade, and a pretty prime Chris Bosh, awesome still, but not super awesome. Let me take it back to Michael Jordan. People just be talking about Scottie Pippen like it's just, it's Scottie Pippen. And Jordan taught him all he know. Well, being a trainer, you need to try to teach people all kind of stuff. Don't mean that they're gonna take it in and be able to do it. All coaches are teaching everybody the same thing. Doesn't mean that they're gonna be able to do it. So, and Chicago didn't draft Scottie Pippen, right? Because it was nothing, and they were waiting for Jordan to teach him something. Scottie Pippen was athletic and guard every position on the floor. That's what Scottie Pippen was. The same dude who, when Jordan was out, that took him to the conference finals. All right, Scottie Pippen is an all-time 50 best player in the NBA. And then Horace Grant, first at the power forward, was an all-star. I think at least once, wasn't he? Right? And so those are good teams too. And then you brought Dennis Rodman later. Whatever. Those are good teams too. All right, so everybody, most of them teams are good teams. Jordan got 6 rings, but did any of them come without Scottie Pippen? Like any, right? Because Scottie Pippen was probably the best Robin, and what I mean is Batman and Robin, the best Robin of all time, probably, right? Because come on, Scottie Pippen, I'm serious. If you don't know, then you're young and you don't know. Go look. Just go and pull up some highlights or something. This guy, if Scottie Pippen was playing in the NBA right now, that'd be the guy that they would be trying to put on LeBron James. That's who that is. Okay, that's the guy who they're putting on Magic Johnson. He was slowing Magic Johnson down in those series. A lot of people don't remember that. So most of these guys, the Michael Jordans and the LeBron James, they have good teams around them. We just kind of forget the rest of those guys. These are some awesome guys they have playing with them, right? So that's why, just like Golden State, loved them 2 years ago when they won 73 games, and before when they were building together and turning into what they turned into, loved them. Now, if you win 73 games and you get a Kevin Durant, gotta hate on you. Gotta hate it on Miami, right? Don't hate it on Chicago. You know, teams got everything. I'm not gonna like them. If I'm indifferent, I go for the underdog. That's just me. But not saying all these players are not great. They're great. But those teams are great. Those teams are great. And sometimes you gotta, we forget the teams could be great too. Just somebody go talk to Popovich for a minute. And those are teams down there handling their business, right? Egos at the door. We just talked about that. So back to the point. Dwyane Wade coming off the bench for your boys for Cleveland is a good idea, but that second unit is going to be off the charts. And Dwyane Wade's going to be a part of that, and he's smart enough to see that. When everybody gets healthy, that second unit is going to be off the charts. I'm talking about so off the charts, it's like as a coach, I can take all 5 of y'all out and just replace you. That's how good they're going to be. So it's a good move with Dwyane Wade, and that's why I'm not surprised by that. Doing sports talk worldwide, and I'm up out of here, y'all.